Welcome to episode 44 of Access, officially the best PlayStation show called Access in the world. Coming up this week, we're at Silverstone for the UK National Finals of the GT Academy 2012, checking out the new star title of the PlayStation Plus Instant Game Collection, and visiting Codemasters Racing for a first look at F1 2012. But first, lace up your shooting boots for our game of the week, Pro Evolution Soccer 2013. Another year, another instalment in the increasingly predictable battle between digital footy rivals FIFA and PES. It usually goes a bit like this. You're really impressed with the new PES. It's a lot better than last year, has more realistic ball physics and has bagged a few more licences. You look fondly at the cover, stirring memories of those PS2 glory days. And then you go out and buy FIFA. But wait a minute, Pro Evolution Soccer 2013 is brilliant and in a proper way, not a the AI is markedly improved from 2012 way. Why are we so impressed? Well, the biggest shake-up is that everything has gone manual. Manual passing, manual shooting, manual tricks and flicks. Manual will probably win the league this year. It sounds lovely at first, and eventually it is, but while you get the hang of the new system, you can expect to hit the corner flag more than you do the back of the net. L2 sets you up for a pop-on goal, with the right stick used to aim, put spin on the ball, or set up a cheeky lob shot. Finally getting this right floods you with relief more than ecstasy, a bit like Fernando Torres ending a 9-month goal drought by bundling one in against Grimsby. Tricks are still achieved by holding down R2 and then mucking around with the right stick, but changes in direction and bamboozling foot feints feel more intuitive this year. Take control of someone ridiculous and you'll be cutting through defences like Cristiano Ronaldo. Which brings us on to our favourite thing of all in new PES, Player ID. This is where the clever folk at Konami have painstakingly recreated the running, passing and shooting style of around 50 of the world's top players, and it really shows. Slalom sprinters like Nani stroke the ball with elegant grace. Sharp-head striker Balotelli does goals and surly arrogance, and English workhorse James Milner does, well, he puts in a good shift. It's at grassroots level where Pro Evolution Soccer 2013 really shines, however. It's fluid, beautiful, often maddening, but always rewarding, and it's easily the best Pro Evo of this generation. Can it topple FIFA? It's going to be a close fight, but regardless, PES 2013 is a game that merits your full footballing attention when it launches on PS3 this autumn. Unearthing golden info nuggets from PS3's news mine now, it's your PlayStation briefing. First on the agenda is our recent visit to EA, where we caught up with King of FIFA David Rutter and got straight to the important stuff. So, Dave, can you manage an international team in career mode?
Yes.
Can you do a Steve Bruce and change jobs mid-season?
Yes.
And finally, why aren't Laurent Koscielny's stats any higher?
I've no idea. I'm not responsible for the statistics.
Well, this is why. And while at EA, we also grabbed Crytek's Mike Reed for a quick chat on Crysis 3's multiplayer.
Crytek UK is indeed doing multiplayer for Crysis 3. And that also being done out of the same facility is Homefront 2 as well.
Safe hands. Also on our news calendar this week was a quick hop over the Irish Sea to Dublin for a catch-up on WWE 13. We had a natter with THQ's Corey Ledesma, who had this message for real-life grapple ace The Miz.
The Miz, WrestleMania, next year, you and I, in the ring, I'll beat you 1, 2, 3.
Keep talking, Corey. And finally, at the recent Develop conference in Brighton, we caught up with Sony's Dermot Campbell, who talked us through the incredible potential of PlayStation Vita's augmented reality tech.
Markerless augmented reality means that you don't need those cards to create the augmentations. You move the Vita around the scene, say your room or out in the garden, and see it from a number of different angles, and that builds up a model of the environment that you're in. It allows you to create AR experiences without markers.
Thanks, Dermot. We'll be back with more news next time. Clocking up the digital mileage now, it's the week's best from On The Store. We start big, scary and fending off man-eating aliens with the news that Dead Space 2 is the new game of the month in the PlayStation Plus Instant Game Collection. This means you can download EA's heart-stopping survival horror at no extra cost to your Plus subscription, which is a deal as brilliant as this eye laser bit is horrific. If you're not yet a PlayStation Plus member, you can subscribe through the front of the store or by hitting the Plus icon on your XMB. Also new to the Instant Game Collection this week is Madcap Ball 'em Up Rock of Ages, which has nothing to do with flares, groupies and big hair, and everything to do with rolling around various historical stages as a massive destroy-all boulder. It's completely crackers and lets you hit things like Renaissance Italy and this elephant, and for those reasons alone should be in your download trolley right now. If you'd rather control giant talking robots than a giant non-talking rock, then lucky you, because there's a playable demo of Transformers Fall of Cybertron on the store today. The full game arrives on August the 24th, but until then you can listen to Optimus Prime's smooth, fatherly tones
in this dire time of need,
while destroying robots, buildings, and pretty much everything else made of matter. And finally, making waves on PS Vita this week, or more accurately, small trickly splashes, is Puddle, a physics-based puzzler that makes excellent use of Vita's tilt controls as you guide a pool of liquid through various hazards. Perfect for shedding some of that excess brain flab you might have built up playing Transformers. That's all from the store for now. We'll be back with more downloadables next week. Bonus level this week comes from the headquarters of Codemasters Racing, where we were invited along for a first look at Peerless Racing Sim F1 2012. We sat down with creative director Steve Hood and game director Paul Geel, who talked us through the improvements for this year's instalment.
Well, there's a multitude of new features for this year's game, ranging from some of the requests that came from the community guys, so just minor things really, like penalties now for cutting the white line on the pit exit, localised weather now, so it might only rain on one particular part of the track. That really sort of spices up the racing. That's in addition to some of the more major improvements.
There's been a long-held perception that Formula One games are very simulation orientated or very difficult to get into, but I've never really considered that to be the case for the Codemasters titles.
The talking done with, it was time for an Access TV F1 grudge match, as assistant producer Dave took on scriptwriter Rob for the title of Least Rubbish at Racing Games. He won't shut up about that for at least 3 months. Thanks to everyone at Codemasters Racing, and we'll have more on F1 2012 as it gears up for its September release.
But also attracting a new audience.
Access All Areas this week comes direct from the home of British motorsport and British weather apparently. It's Silverstone. We were there for the GT Academy UK finals, the culmination of months of hard graft, intense training and lots of playing Gran Turismo 5. 18 hopefuls remain out of hundreds of thousands of entrants, and who better to talk us through the day's events than last year's champion Jan Mardenborough.
Here today at Silverstone, we're hosting the UK and Ireland national final for GT Academy 2012, and the guys are going to be experiencing GT5 challenge, real-life driving, Nissan 370Z and fitness test. And then from the 16th here today, 6 are going to go through to Silverstone.
First up was something everyone was familiar with, a good old-fashioned race on Gran Turismo 5 using not at all old-fashioned racing pods.
Pretty intense racing, everybody's fast obviously to be at this stage. So yeah, it's about just keeping a cool head and just concentrating as well as you can.
It was off to the test track next, where our competitors braved the wet conditions to set their fastest lap times in the very sexy Nissan 370Z.
There's going to be a little grip, I must say. It's at the end of the day, it's the same for everybody else. So I'm just looking forward to just getting out there in the car and give it the 100%.
Ooh, rather you than me, mate. Then the final, most gruelling and least automotive test of the day was this, which we can only describe as the most hellish PE lesson since that time we forgot our shorts and had to borrow some from the school's cupboard of sadness. Although wearing questionable stains probably wasn't as bad as doing press-ups with a camera stuck in your face. The day ended with the top 6 finalists ready to battle it out at the GT Academy boot camp back at Silverstone. Thanks to all at Nissan and Sony for letting us distract the finalists, and thanks to Jan for showing us how not to be rubbish at Gran Turismo 5. We still are. There's a terrible bug going around the Access TV office at the moment. It's called Olympics fever, is highly contagious, and currently has Rob refusing to do anything unless it's strictly athletics themed.
Rob, can I have the sellotape, please?
Luckily, we've got the official London 2012 video game to shut him up, where he got very excited about creating his own character. You seriously can't make the belly any bigger than that? Oh well, at least he runs like the real thing. That's all we've got time for this week. All that's left to say is goodbye for now and come on, Team GB!